Hi, I'm Geneva, CEO of Bowlus, and today I'm going to be towing a Bowlus RV and showing you just how easy it is to tow. Let's get started. Now, if you've ever been worried about towing an RV before, this is the perfect video for you. I'm going to go through all the different ways to tow an RV and why the Bowlus is the easiest RV to tow. So let's get started. You can see we're in a really tight parking lot right now. We've got trash on one side, we've got parked cars on the other side, we've got tree branches. But that's okay, I'm not really that worried about it. And why? Well, first of all, the Bowlus is the same width as your tow vehicle. And you'll notice from the mirrors, I don't need any extension mirrors. Just taking a wide turn out of this tight place. So again, wide city street, parked cars, no issue because I don't need to take very wide turns. So here I am turning into the right lane. That was an easy lane transition going through this light right here. My number one tip for when I'm driving a Bowlus is that I actually need to remember that I am in fact towing because it's so easy to tow. Now we've got cars passing us, we've got construction here. We're gonna go through some really tight lanes on the way through the 101. And we're about here to get on the 101 North towards Goleta. I'm going into the right turn lane. I've got lights up ahead of us, and here, turning. And there we go. We're going to show how great the acceleration is here. Really important for getting onto on-ramps. So here I am. Turn signal, accelerating, getting up to highway speed, and then easily merging over. And here in California, the towing speed limit is 55 miles per hour, so that's what we will be driving at while we're towing a Bowlus in California. We've been over it before if you've watched my videos, but Bowlus is an incredibly lightweight towable, and it's full size, of course. So we've got 27-foot Endless Highways 95th Anniversary Edition that we're towing today. That has a dry weight of 3,250 and it has a GVWR of just under 4,000 pounds. We're towing that with a Land Rover Defender today, which has a tow rating above 7,000 pounds, so more than enough. But you can really tow the Bowlus with anything that's rated above the GVWR. So 4,000 pounds, like I said, you can tow a huge variety of tow vehicles, SUVs, crossovers. And then with our Bowlus Rivet, it is even more lightweight. So you've got that 3,500 GVWR, which means you can tow it with an even wider range of tow vehicles. Think Subaru Outback, think minivans, think Bronco, think Tesla Y. There's a huge variety of tow vehicles, and that's what's so important about having a lightweight full-size RV is that you can tow it with really fun, easy to drive vehicles, and you don't need a big truck. But the towing experience is really easy. It's seamless, so I'm not worrying about towing. I'm not worried about braking distance. I'm not worried about accelerating. All of that is really easy. And we've got the backup camera on right here, which means that it's easy to see behind me, see how much room I have between any vehicles behind me while I'm lane switching. The Bowlus is the most aerodynamic RV on the market, and that's because of its elongated teardrop shape, front door, and all of its curved sides. So there's very few flat areas on a Bowlus, which makes it incredibly dynamic. It's also that step-in frame design. So you'll notice when you step into a Bowlus, you're not going up multiple steps. There's one step to get in, and then when you're up on top of the hitch, it's the step into the frame. And that means that it's actually not that much taller than your tow vehicle, but you still have that full height inside. Now, if you are a current van owner, you know what it's like to have to drive around that thing in high winds. And it's because it's got really tall, really flat sides. And so that just means the wind can bang against that flat side. Now with the Bowlus, the flat side is really only about 3 feet. Every other surface of the Bowlus is curved, which allows wind to go up and over. So that means no driver fatigue. I'm not gripping the wheel. I'm not feeling like I have to hang on. I'm gonna remind myself to link to my video where I'm driving in 70-mile-per-hour winds from Colorado to Wyoming while towing a Bowlus. Here we are at a gas station. This is the #1 anxiety point for many RV owners, is getting into a tight gas station. So I just want to show you just how easy it is. So I'm here at the stop sign. I'm going to take the turn in to the gas station here. I like to pull in all the way through, which makes it easy, or just pull into the front half so you can fill up the gas tank. You don't need any extension mirrors because the width of the Bowlus is the same width as your tow vehicle. So I'm driving right now. I can see down both sides with just the standard mirrors on this Land Rover Defender. And so I don't need those extension mirrors to see around. I've got great visibility. I actually, through my rearview mirror, can even see through the windows of the Bowlus. I've got really great visibility. It is a really easy, comfortable driving experience. I'm going to show you what could happen if you get on a very tight road and you realize you've gone the wrong way. No space to go off, just a tight U-turn here. Low branches, no problem. The Bowlus is really lightweight, which means it has a single axle. If you had a 27-foot towable from another aluminum travel trailer maker, it would have a double axle. Now, the double axle is going to make that trailer a lot hard to maneuver because it has a double axle. You can link over to my double axle video where we explain why you don't need a double axle. Axles actually have all to do about the weight of the RV. So Bowlus has a single axle, and that really lends to incredible maneuvering. If you're driving an RV and every time you have to drive it, you think, oh man, that's not going to be very much fun, then you're not going to take it out and you're not going to go on the types of trips you want to go on. So Bowlus owners are taking different types of trips than maybe a traditional RV owner is. They're not just driving it to a campground and setting up for a week or two at that location. Although of course the Bowlus is well equipped to do that. They're taking it from one destination to the next. They're going on scenic routes that maybe aren't open to other less maneuverable RVs. And where they're camping, they're going off-grid, but they're also camping in places that maybe are harder to get into. And that's when features like the ability to move the Bowlus by yourself because it has such a low tongue weight, or features like AeroMove just make so much sense because it can get you into a tight campsite like those in the bottom of Yosemite really easily. So now I'm going to show you what it's like when you want to just park along a side street and how easy it is. So here I'm just going to pull up along. We're at a lookout place right here along the Pacific coast. And because the Bowlus fits right behind and tracks right behind, it's really easy to just bring everything over and park. Now we're going to pull into Costco. And we're just gonna pull into 2 spots and show how easy it is to do mall style parking. So here are 2 spots that are just perfect. And I'm just going to pull right in. And park. So you can see this is standard stall parking. I just pulled right in and the Bowlus and the tow vehicle fit in 2 stall parking spots perfectly. If I had cars on either side, it would fit just fine. So you can find a pretty tight spot. and then just pull right out. So now we're back at the showroom and we're going to show you how easy the Bowlus is to back up. So a huge reason why the Bowlus is so easy to back up is it's a single axle, so it's really responsive. Also worth mentioning, same width as your tow vehicle again, so I can see down both sides. My number one tip for backing up is to put your hands at the bottom of the wheel. Whatever direction you move your hands is the direction the tail will move. So let's get started backing up the Bowlus. Thank you so much for joining us for this video on the Bowlus towing performance. We hope you agree superior towing performance is so important when choosing an RV. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for even more Bowlus content. Thank you so much.